Peace. This is a Meat and Potato Sorcery production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's topic for the occult family is the start of your ending. Many times, one of the reasons that you don't have a breakthrough magically and from an occult perspective is because of your past life trauma. Now, just like you have triggers to your psyche, you can have triggers from a past life that isn't resolved because you may have made a vow or a promise. Let me give you an example. Like, let's say in one of your past lives that you had a lot of money, but this led to greed and avarice and the disintegration of your family. So you just say, I want to be a regular person. So this can lead to you going from job to job or being afraid to maximize your purpose. Some people may think like, well, why would I want to go from job to job or do this or do that? Because you don't have the pressure and the responsibility. Because you have to remember, in most societies, if you have something, they feel like you should apologize and feel bad for it. If you have money, you should feel bad for it. It depends on how you acquired the money. This also can be from, like I said, the occult, because a lot of people come here with gifts and don't actually actualize their potential. So what are the things that can be a consequence of this? Let's say if you practice alchemy or sorcery, you may say, well, magic is what led to me being burned alive or stoned. Because an example of this, and we have to remember, we're living in a religious time. And so imagine how it was 300-400 years ago. And Leviticus chapter 20-27 is a rule. But it's also spoken about like in Galatians as well as Revelation. But in Leviticus 20-27, it blatantly discourages witchcraft. And there will be a consequence of this. And I also want to offer this caveat to the love and light community. A lot of people want to separate themselves from those who practice black magic. But in Leviticus even says psychics and mediums. So in other words, you don't get a free pass from this like you think you do. So it may happen that, let's say you want to create content or be a psychic or a medium. You may feel that you don't want the scrutiny that comes with that. I just want to be a regular person, but yet something inside of you is pulling to get out. So remember, usually when you make vows in a past life, that will carry on to this life. And if you don't do certain things, this can lead to the blockage of your third eye. It's hard to activate it when you're carrying past life regression. It's very hard to do that. So that's something that you can work on. Now, how can you dissolve these vows that have carried over to this lifetime? You can do this with working with demons from the Goetia. A lot of them specialize in your past as well as your present and your future. If you don't want to work with them, I can give you two. Metatron is a celestial recorder, and he also can help you with magic. And he also can help you break a pact or a vow that you may have made from 2 or 3 lifetimes. Thoth works in the section of the Akashic Records. So you can call on Thoth/Tahuti. You can call on him. So that's 2 right there that you can work with. But people don't maximize their purpose because of guilt. And this is why the media is letting religion play. One of the examples is, I don't know if people is familiar with him. He's a conservative sports commentator named Jason Whitlock. And he has a show called Fearless. And he talked about how the previous Super Bowl with Dr. Dre, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, etc. was a satanic ritual. And there's a book on Dr. Dre, and Dick Griffey said that Dr. Dre sold his soul for $1 million. I'm not going over that because the premise is so ridiculous. You can't sell your soul. And this is when I summarily dismissed it when they showed one of the commercials, Beats by Dre, and the font on the side, if you flip it and you see the commercial with Dr. Dre promoting his product, it says 666. So you have to understand something. When you're dealing with magic and the occult, what's going to end up happening is that anything that is repetitive or repeated, no matter who you are, you'll doubt yourself. You say, am I doing something wrong? Should I be practicing magic? Should I be doing this? That's something for you to think about. Remember, war first begins for the mind. Always remember that. It doesn't matter what you do. Because like I said, it's a lot of people that want to get out here and do their gifts, but their trauma and fears from their past lives holding them back. Just like you may be a pacifist, or you may be someone that's diametrically opposed to wars, but you may have been a soldier from another lifetime. Don't believe me? Do this exercise. See if there's not a tingling or a trembling in your hands when you hold a knife or when you hold a gun. And you may say, in the next lifetime, if I ever come back, I don't want anything to do with violence. So that's something for you to think about. But there are beings that can assist you, and you don't have to go through a long, drawn out process. You simply have to call upon them to help you break any pacts or vows that you made under duress when you died, whether you were drowned, whether you were burnt, whether you were killed, whether you lost everything and your family left you. So you say, I want to come back in another lifetime. I don't want any children. So it's something for you to think about. But if you don't, that could be the start of your ending. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.